Alert weather day in effect because we are anticipating a high risk of dangerous weather coming our way, guys.
And by the way, should be multiple rounds of potential severe weather as we go through the morning, the afternoon, the evening, into the night tonight. So you need to be on your guard all day, Melanie. Even though the storms won't be overly widespread through the day, tonight when everyone's asleep, we're expecting a more intense and organized line.
Yeah, so we'll call them more kind of popcorn storms this afternoon and then a very large, intense line later tonight. So make sure you have a couple of ways of getting weather alerts just so you're staying safe. Taking a look here at First Alert Live Radar, we have one severe thunderstorm warning in effect and one aerial flood advisory. What we're watching right now for that severe thunderstorm warning is out in Robertson and Sumner County. This is where the heaviest rain is falling. We have a lot of lightning with this too. Over 300 lightning strikes in the general area, so a very electric storm. On top of that, you're probably hearing a lot of very gusty wind and getting some good, decent amount size of hail. About an inch and a half reported here from radar estimates. Coming down, they might be falling a little bit smaller as they hit the ground, but still I'd say anywhere from nickel to quarter size hail is a pretty safe bet. Some of that could be a little bit stronger. Looks like they pushed that back just a little bit to include areas like Cross Plains, Millersville, and Cottontown. Rainfall rate about over 7 inches in an hour as far as those rainfall rate totals go. So flash flooding could be a potential for today. The rain is already very saturated. We'll continue to see some pretty intense rainfall through today. Remember, we have that flood watch that goes into effect through early tomorrow. First Alert weather day is in effect with very high weather impacts. We're talking about downpours that could lead to some flash flooding. That large hail in the storms could continue, and we could even see some tornadoes possible. And I do want to mention to you also some pretty strong, even damaging wind gusts. Sometimes those straight line winds can do just as much, if not more, damage than a tornado can. So just want to definitely watch out. The severe threat is for pretty much the entire mid-state, but especially here in these red shaded counties. This is where we have a very elevated level of a level 4 out of 5 on that threat map. We don't get these very often. In fact, we've told you that the last time a level 4 was issued for Middle Tennessee was over a year ago. It was last April. Don't discount the areas in orange, a level 3 out of 5. That includes the plateau and areas south of I-40. Everyone is fair game for getting a strong to even severe storm. As we mentioned, heavy rain is going to be the main impact for today. That could lead to the ponding on the roads, the flash flooding. Wind could be over 70 miles an hour at times. And then the hail's been pretty large already. It's going to continue to come in with these storms, especially late tonight. And I would be on guard for some potential tornadoes as well, Stefano.
And remember, multiple rounds of potential severe weather as we go through the day today. And this is really going to be an ever-changing, ever-evolving weather event, a complicated storm system. So you'll want to stick with us here on WSMV4. We can break this up into a couple of parts, more scattered thunderstorms as we head through the days. So nothing overly organized, but as Melanie mentioned, those little showers and thunderstorms that are like popcorn. They can pop up wherever they feel like. Then heavy organized storms coming in late tonight and even lingering into tomorrow morning. So even if you're not seeing rain, you still need to stay weather ready. Everything shouldn't be overly organized early in the day. Later in the day, as we're planning out your First Alert forecast, the storms will get more widespread. Very warm, very humid today. The storms will have a lot of fuel. Mostly this morning, we're looking along and mainly north of Interstate 40 for the most widespread of those thunderstorms and some of that potential severe weather as well. That will still, I think, be the main area to watch even through the middle of the afternoon, though it doesn't discount areas that are south of 40. But just know that any thunderstorm that does develop through the middle of our day today could easily pack all those things we've been talking about. Gusty, damaging winds, heavy downpours, some large hail, and even a couple of spin-up tornadoes will be on the table as well. Evening commute, some of us are going to run into some issues, so make sure you allow for plenty of extra time as you are coming home from work. And then overnight tonight, as many of us are headed to bed, the storms will get much more widespread as a cold front pushes through. This is going to be problematic because it'll be right through the middle of the night, and that's when severe weather can be even more dangerous with nocturnal severe storms, the potential for some tornadoes as well. That pushing south of Interstate 40 just before sunrise tomorrow morning. As we work our way into the morning commute, the majority of that should taper off, but just make sure you have multiple ways to be alerted of incoming severe weather. Mobile devices charged, weather radios at the ready, and make sure you have a safe place ready to go as well. Tomorrow, the alert day continues because a couple of storms will linger into the early morning. We dry out Thursday afternoon. Friday, Saturday, Sunday looking good, but cooler. At least we'll have some sunshine for the weekend. Early next week in your first alert 7-day, things will get a little bit more unsettled. Don't go anywhere. There's more news, traffic, and weather updates coming up.